In the words of prolific author Mark Twain, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. But what happens when you can't even get started? This phenomenon is known as writer's block, a common adversary for writers of all backgrounds. It can stem from various causes such as stress, fear of failure, or simply a lack of inspiration. But fear not, we're here with a set of tips and tricks to help you leap over this hurdle and get back to writing. As we dive into these tips, remember the words of novelist Jodi Picoult, "You can't edit a blank page." Ever heard of brainstorming, free writing, or mind mapping? These are powerful tools for generating ideas. Let's dive in. Brainstorming is all about quantity over quality. It's about letting your thoughts flow freely without judgment. It can be as simple as writing down whatever comes to mind about a topic or question. Then there's free writing. This technique involves setting a timer, say for 10 minutes, and writing continuously without stopping to edit or self-censor. It's about capturing your stream of consciousness. Lastly, mind mapping starts with a central concept and branches out into related ideas, creating a visual overview of your thoughts. It's particularly useful for visual thinkers. Experts such as Tony Buzan, the inventor of mind mapping, vouch for these techniques to overcome writer's block. As Thomas Edison once said, "To have a great idea, have a lot of them." These techniques can help you do just that. Did you know that your environment and routine can greatly impact your writing process? Indeed, the spaces we inhabit and the rhythms we establish play significant roles in our creative output. An environment that's peaceful, tidy, and filled with things that inspire you can boost your creativity and productivity. A cluttered or noisy space, on the other hand, might distract or even stifle your thoughts. Now let's talk about routine. It's not about rigid timetables or impossible schedules. It's about finding that sweet spot in your day when your mind is at its most fertile. Some people write best at dawn, others at dusk. Some thrive with the hum of activity around them, others need absolute silence. The key is to discover what works for you and stick to it, making writing a habit rather than an occasional activity. As science fiction writer Octavia Butler put it, habit is more dependable than inspiration. Distractions, procrastination, perfectionism, these are the enemies of productivity. A cluttered workspace, social media, or even our own wandering thoughts can be distracting. Combat these by setting clear boundaries for your writing time and space. Turn off notifications, set a timer, and allow yourself to fully focus on the task at hand. Procrastination, on the other hand, often stems from feeling overwhelmed. Break down your writing tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. Start with the easy parts, and you'll find that momentum builds as you progress. Perfectionism, the final hurdle, can be paralyzing. It's important to remember that the first draft is just that, a draft. Allow yourself to write badly to make mistakes. It's easier to edit a bad page than a blank one. Remember, as author Anne Lamott advises, perfectionism is the voice of the oppressor. Writing doesn't have to be a solitary endeavor. Feedback, collaboration, and inspiration from others can greatly enhance your work. Let's delve into these a bit more. First, feedback. It's like having a mirror for your writing. It reflects your work from a different perspective, pointing out strengths and areas for improvement. Constructive criticism, when taken in stride, can be a powerful tool for refining your craft. Next, collaboration. Working with others can bring fresh ideas to the table, challenging you to think outside the box. It also provides a sense of accountability, pushing you to write even when motivation is lacking. Lastly, inspiration. This can be gleaned from various sources: books, art, nature, conversations. It's about keeping your mind open, letting the world seep into your writing. These practices, combined, can help you break through the walls of writer's block and elevate your writing to new heights. As children's author Dr. Seuss once said, "Think left and think right and think low and think high. Oh, the things you can think up if only you try." Overcoming writer's block may seem daunting, but with these tips, you're well on your way to a more productive and creative writing process. We've explored brainstorming, free writing, and mind mapping to generate ideas. We've discussed creating a conducive environment and routine, dealing with distractions, procrastination, and perfectionism, and using feedback, collaboration, and inspiration to improve your writing. Remember, every writer faces challenges. But as American author Richard Bach said, a professional writer is an amateur who didn't quit. So don't give up, keep writing, and let your creativity flow.